All right, so I haven't told you guys this before, maybe I have, that creativity is very difficult to spontaneously get. And sometimes you'll be working on something like I just was, and something will disrupt you, like your phone with a really loud chime right in your ears, and it just throws off your entire direction because it takes talent to be able to continuously create new content. And as I was scrolling through the comments a few minutes ago, I ran into something from Sir Thanks-a-Lot that provoked ChatGPT into creating a video that I never thought I would be making because it's not something I would normally write or even think about. I know that a lot of you think about this because it's part of our daily lives. Encountering people that do not share our political views or even our views on life. There are people out there, and I'm going to call them conservatives and libertarians, who believe that every person should be able to pull themselves up by the metaphorical bootstraps of the shoes they can't afford. But often, what they say and what they do boggles the mind. I've never understood hardened conservative Republicans, like, especially the ones that don't have money. How are you going to vote for a system, a party, a political party that wants to take away your food stamps and take away your disability and Social Security? But these people do it all the time. Our next president, the Cheeto in chief, I don't know other than people were angry that the last 4 years have been horrible, but at least the devil you know, right? The devil you don't know is going to be the next 4 years. Things aren't looking good for the proletariat, I'll tell you that much. And when ChatGPT wrote this, the traitor proles, defenders of evil corp, even I was taken aback by that title. But let's get through this, and I'll try not to go off on different tangents because that's what just happened right now. I went off on Trump branded gin. The same way that 1984 has victory gin, this country is going to need Trump gin in order to get it through the next 4 years. Trump branded products that he can sell to consumers at a discounted price. But remember, with the discounted price comes the discounted quality, not just of the product, but of your life in general. With that said, let's get into these talking points because they're good. I've already read through four of them and I was, holding my breath. Let's put it that way. In the downfall of humanity, the toxic anti-self, anti-human prole stands out, not as the victim of Evil Corp, but as their silent partner. These traitors among the working class, our so-called peers, have knives pointed at our backs, all while pointing their fingers at us. Who are these people? The ones who rush to defend Evil Corp, who argue in comment sections, well, maybe the CEO earned that $20 million bonus. Or if you don't like it, find another job. These pros don't just exist, they thrive, feeding on crumbs dropped by the very elites who exploit us all. These traitors are everywhere. Scroll through any post about workplace exploitation, wealth inequality, or corporate corruption, and you'll find them defending the indefensible, outnumbered, yet somehow managing to amass likes and upvotes. Who are these people and why do they betray their own class? I'll give you a simple hint why they betray their own class. Because they feel like they're above that class, even though they're struggling to survive like you and I. They don't feel like that is who they are. They think they're better. They're the supervisors and managers that are out there and all the evil corps who tell you that your problems with money are because you're not good with money. It's not the fact that you're making minimum wage plus, it's the fact that you don't know how to live within your means. I've heard this from my own management for 3 years. It's your fault because you get paid plenty of money. And I start to look at them and think to myself, your net income per year is close to $500,000. And you're going to tell the people that work for you, the people that don't have company medical insurance because they can't afford to take the hit every month, from that medical insurance. You're going to tell that person that you pay them sufficiently. It is unbelievable the gaslighting that happens in this country. So here we go. Why do they do it? Some some are seduced by propaganda, the American dream, the idea that hard work and loyalty will eventually pay off. Others are driven by fear. They cling to the system because they're terrified of what might replace it. And then there are those who genuinely believe they'll join the elite someday, like a lottery ticket to the executive suite. Let me tell you something. They won't. The system is rigged. The lottery's a scam. And every time one of these traitors, proles, defends Evil Corp, they're not buying their ticket to the top. They're paying for the privilege of staying at the bottom. This is poor people voting Republican. When your food prices go up out of control next year because of tariffs, and you think back to that horrible decision that you made on November 6th, you're going to think twice about what you did. Because we have this nostalgia about this 4 years where the Cheeto was in power. Things didn't get better. I was either unemployed throughout that entire time. Well, I was unemployed for 676 days during the pandemic, in which time we had someone telling us to shove a light up our rears and drink bleach. Now, what kind of sadistic animal would tell poor people that they can cure themselves with lights and poison? Sounds like a pretty poor decisions to me, but what do I know? I'm crazy and not very smart. The reality is stark. The gap between the executives and the workers isn't closing, it's widening. And yet these proles persist, cheering on their oppressors, believing the scraps they're given are a reward instead of an insult. Every time I get a paycheck at Evil Corp, it's an insult. Every single time. When you get one of those McDonald's Happy Meal toys at your desk thanking you and motivating you to try harder, work harder, Evil Corp needs you to be 40 to 60% more productive because they need to fire more proles in order to get profits higher for the people that matter. You don't matter. And as even as the biggest cheerleader of Evil Corp, your day's numbered as well. Nothing protects you from layoffs or random terminations. Your believing that you're not disposable doesn't make you not disposable. Having hope in a hopeless system doesn't make the system any kinder to you. Believing that Fleece is going to do it the easy way this time doesn't mean that's going to be true. You can keep asking for the easy way, but we know corporate America only likes it one way. It's the hard way. And we know what that means because we have to look at our paychecks every time we get one. And the hard way is figuring out how you're going to stretch that paycheck to cover your basic needs. It doesn't happen. That's why it's called the hard way. And it comes with a bump, bump, bump. Sometimes for hours. Who knows when he'll get tired? Moving on. They had to fire half the department. It's just business. But we're the ones picking up the slack for the same pay. At least we still have jobs. And this is the mindset of the traitor prole. Compliance disguised as gratitude. Loyalty mistaken for wisdom. Where have we seen that? Loyalty mistaken for wisdom. There's certain political party that I'm thinking of right now where loyalty has blinded this party and the wisdom that they should have had was not there because these people lined up to vote for a guy who says, I love the uneducated. But let's be clear, these people aren't just misguided, they're dangerous. By defending the system, they reinforce it. By attacking those who speak out, they silence dissent. They are the foot soldiers of Evil Corp. fighting on the front lines to maintain the status quo. So, what can we do? First, we need to call out these traitors for what they are, shine a light on their betrayal, preferably in their rear ends to make sure that we cure them of the bug. Second, we need to educate them. Let's open up the re-education camps, show them the truth about the system they defend, and finally, we need to build solidarity. Because the only way to defeat Evil Corp is together. The traitor prole wants you to believe that nothing can change, that the system is inevitable. But it's not. Change is possible. Justice is possible. Assassin's Creed? But only if we stand united against Evil Corp and against the traitors in our own ranks. They've chosen their side, and now it's time to choose ours. Love the way this thing ended. Because there is going to come a time where we're going to have to choose a side, and that time is near. A divided country can't stand. This country is, in my opinion, has been at a tipping point for a very long time. But as your paycheck continues to have the buying power of monopoly money, things are going to have to change. People are tired of working for free. That's really what it comes down to. When your paycheck doesn't buy a bag of Cheetos, and the guy telling you to eat more Cheetos is the color of a Cheeto, then there can't be a way in which this system moves forward with ordinary people not living in survival mode for the rest of their lives. Because that's what the system is the proletariat in constant survival mode, because there is no more. At the bottom, there's nothing left. The crumbs from the top aren't enough to feed your children. The crumbs from the top are not enough to keep you out of a hellhole designed for a person doing hard time for burning down an orphanage while running over puppies. These are the people at the top pulling the strings. They have no mercy for the people that work for them. The boot at your neck, the boot at your nads, all day long. More productivity, more layoffs, more humiliation, the indignity of work. It is all there. And if you think that system will let you rise above this just because you're good and because you praise the system, you are absolutely incorrect. And opening up these people's eyes isn't possible. We've seen those people, those reporters that go up to the red team, stick a microphone in their face and ask them a simple question. When they don't know or they're embarrassed by what the correct answer is, they walk away. Because what else are you supposed to do? Looking stupid on national television because you're voting for a guy that wants to do all kinds of crazy things and is best friends with Tech Bro? I don't know. Now, I don't really see a path forward in a system that's hell-bent on making certain that everyone is suffering constantly. Because that's what being alive right now in America is. It's constant suffering. There's no way else of putting it. There's just nothing else other than proles going to work and proles being exploited to the nth degree. When the prole can't work, when the prole stops working, the prole is a dirty diaper and it has to be thrown out. And you don't want to be a dirty diaper. At least you could be a clean diaper, but not a dirty diaper. And that's all I'm going to say because the script has worn me out. I've actually done this twice now because I was rudely interrupted by a text message from the doctor's office halfway through the last time I did this. Every single time I do one of these videos, I have no idea what's going to come out. But I really appreciate the support on the videos. Like and subscribe, leave a comment, and I will talk to you in a few hours when I do the afternoon video.